Well, it's interesting looking at some of the reactions to this news just from the last few hours, saying that Melania Trump is calling for the deputy national security advisor in the Trump admin to be fired. So Melania is asking that Mira Ricardel, deputy national security advisor, be fired, and it is expected. They're reporting that she will be removed from her position. There has not been a formal announcement as of the time that we went live here. They are being sort of vague about the reason for removing them. They're saying that one of the reasons may be that she had been suspected of leaking information to the press. One tweet saying that 5 current and former White House officials said that Ricardel had berated people in meetings, yelled at professional staff, argued with the First Lady, and spread rumors about Mattis. All 5 officials said that she was deeply disliked in the White House, they're claiming. And this is more evidence of possibly a major shakeup going on. Again, some interesting reactions. CNN looks like they're freaking out about this, calling the Trump family a monarchy over this. Obviously, this is coming off the heels as well after the Jeff Sessions resignation. So it looks like this could be part of a shakeup, a bigger shakeup going on in the White House. There's other major positions that they are also talking about today. Some names that have been floating as possible people on their way out as well. Kelly and Nielsen. One replacement already suggested for Nielsen, possible interesting replacement we can look at. Let's just see everything they're saying so far about Melania Trump, though, calling for this firing. So just today, First Lady's spokeswoman said that it is the position of the office of the First Lady that she no longer, this is in reference to Mira Ricardel, Deputy National Security Advisor. First Lady's position, spokesperson says, is that she no longer deserves the honor of serving in this White House. So Wall Street Journal had initially reported that Ricardel had been fired and escorted from the White House grounds. White House spokesperson told the Post, however, that she is still here. So I guess she's being given some time to leave. She hasn't actually been removed from the premises yet, but she is expected to be fired. Ricardel, they point out, had battled with Melania Trump's staff during the First Lady's trip to Africa last month. There was some issue with Ricardel at that time. There were spats over seating on the plane and using National Security Council resources. First Lady's team had told the president that it suspected Ricardel was leaking negative stories about Melania Trump to the press. Ricardel is an ally of National Security Advisor John Bolton, who was at the White House alongside President Trump Tuesday. They had also made an appearance pointing out today, the same day that Ricardel was escorted from the White House, point out that Ricardel had earlier in the day been standing just a few feet from President Trump at a separate event. They acknowledge here that this news is coming. This news that the First Lady wanted Ricardel gone comes as the president looks to shift around key players in his post-midterms White House. Already, the president asked Attorney Jeff Sessions to resign. Jeff Sessions was essentially fired. He was forced to resign. There have been alternate theories that there was more going on. This was planned beforehand, but officially it looks like he had been asked by Trump. Sessions was gone last Wednesday. They know it less than 24 hours after the polls closed. So it's right after the midterms. For months, Trump had been rumored to be seeking a replacement of some other people in his staff, looking for a replacement to his chief of staff, John Kelly, potentially. On Monday night, the Post had reported that Trump also sought to get rid of Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen first. I guess before Kelly is what they're speculating right now. Nielsen had previously been Kelly's deputy, and kicking her to the curb could be a way for Trump to rid himself of Kelly too. Kelly would then likely be replaced by Pence's chief of staff. And they also say that Kelly and his number two also believed that Ricardel was feeding negative stories to the news media about them. They previously reported. So saying that Melania Trump has made the call on this today, and then again about these upcoming potential other people that could be on their way out. Kirstjen Nielsen, one of the big names. They've already been talking about a potential replacement. The former, this is Thomas, President. They say that President Donald Trump is considering Thomas Homan as the former acting director of U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement to succeed Homeland Security Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen. According to sources talking to Politico. His name has surfaced amid a flurry of media reports that Nielsen could be asked to resign before the end of the month, and they acknowledge that this could be a play to Trump's base, say that tapping Oman to run the Department of Homeland Security would almost certainly energize Trump's base. The tough-talking lawman once recommended charging so-called sanctuary city politicians with crimes, and he has defended Trump's most controversial immigration moves. They've described them this way. They said Trump wants John Wayne on the border, and Tom is John Wayne. That's what a former Homeland Security official who cited his frequent and often fiery appearances, part of his resume, that Trump would especially like. So this is a name that they're suggesting as a possible replacement for Nielsen. It seems like that could drastically change some policies going on, and this seems like Trump's looking for somebody that would be an ally for at least on some of these policy grounds to replace these particular people that he's targeted to release. Let me know what you think about this news, about all of the possible positions that may still be changing. Still possibly more news on the fallout of the resignation of Jeff Sessions as well. Have to see what happens at the DOJ post-Sessions. We're still waiting to see how that plays out. Melania Trump, do you really think that this was completely Melania Trump's call, that it was her decision, or could there be more that they're just not disclosing? Does seem like there's a wider shakeup going on, even the mainstream media acknowledging that. What do you think's going on here? Leave a comment, tell me what you think. I'm over on patreon.com/realityreader. I have a link in the video description. I have a link to my PayPal in there as well, and have a link to this article if you want to read in full. Check back here. I'll follow up soon. Thank you.